Hey, Dad. Hey, Malachi 3:8, it talks about robbing God. If we don't pay tithes, are we robbing from God?
Yes, we are robbing from God, but it's not the way a lot of people have taught or been taught. It says, "Will a man rob God?" But you say, "Wherein have we robbed thee?" And God says, "In tithes and offerings." He says, "Bring all the tithes to the storehouse, so that there may be meat in my house." He says, "Try me, and see if I'll not open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that there'll not be room enough to receive. And I will rebuke the devourer for your sake." Now, we've heard and been taught that if we don't give money, that we're robbing God from his money. Well, God doesn't need our money. But he set up some principles, and those principles and laws were set up as a guidepost for us and directions for us because he knew that's what we would need. Now, we ought to tithe and we ought to give offerings and we ought to bring them to the church, which is what the storehouse is in the Bible. But we ought to be willing to give, and God loves a cheerful giver. But when you're not paying your tithes on your income and you're not giving offerings, it's not that you're robbing God from money, but you're robbing God. I think what he's trying to get us to understand and to see is that we're robbing him of the opportunity to bless us. The church works off of finances just like everything else, and the church has to have money to operate and for everything. And when we do our part, when our heart is right and we're giving to the kingdom of Christ like we should, God is able to bless us. He's able to bless our finances. He's able to bless our home. He's able to bless our family. When our heart is right and our mind is right and we're giving back to God what he has given us, then he is able to bless us with our families and our children, and he's able to work in our lives in ways that we don't think about or don't even imagine. When we hold back and don't give with a sincere heart, we're robbing God of the opportunity to bless us and bless our finances and bless our home and our family and our life. And we rob him of the opportunity to give us good things. When your children, grandchildren, or any loved ones are strayed away from God, then when you are obeying God and are walking in obedience, he is able to start setting that in order, drawing your family back to him, because he will set. God is a God of order, and he wants to set things in order. But we have to be a willing participant in all of our actions, including finances. So if we do not tithe and we do not give offerings, then yes, we are robbing God. And we're robbing him of the opportunity to bless and to take care of us and to cause us to prosper.